report of TV Weeknight News Arizona. Here and now for some breaking news on the positive and negative side about COVID-19. This is a news that's always good to report. This just in, Governor Don Ducey answered your COVID-19 question had done it once again. Arizona is reporting 29 deaths, 1,414 cases coronavirus statewide. This video was sponsored by Everlasting Timeless Memory, professional portrait makeover photography and video production company serving in Arizona. Most COVID-19 impact state in the U.S. Total cases 186,101. Totally dead 3,603. COVID-19 state top 10. State territory confirmed cases and death. New York 84,046 cases. Death 2,220. New Jersey 22,255 confirmed cases, death 355. California 9,907 confirmed cases, death 216. Michigan 9,315, death 335. Florida 7,773, death 101. Massachusetts 738, death 122. Illinois 6,980, death 146. Louisiana 6,424, total death 273. Pennsylvania 6,063, death 74. Washington 5,884, death 254. Our Arizona is reporting 29 deaths, confirmed cases 1,414 cases coronavirus statewide. Data include both confirmed presumptive positive case of COVID-19 reported to CDC or tests at CDC since January 21st, 2020, with exception of testing results for personal repatriates to United States from Wuhan, China, and Japan. State and local public health departments are now testing and publicly reporting their cases. In the event of discrepancy between CDC cases and cases reporting by state and local public health officials, data report by state should be considered is the most up-to-date. COVID-19 is everywhere, but our goal is to cut through the clutter, eliminate any misinformation, and let everyone in Arizona be a part of an important conversation. Our state leader said Arizona Broadcaster Associate President and CEO Chris Klein. Arizona Broadcaster Associate President and CEO Chris Klein. Arizona Broadcaster are coming together unprecedented times, and we hope it model for everyone in Arizona to do the same. View more detail in a link below.
Hi, I'm Governor Doug Ducey.
And I'm Superintendent of Public Instruction, Kathy Hoffman.
We want to give you the latest information about our schools. The health and safety of all our students is our top priority, and we've worked hard to keep our school doors open. These are important assets in our communities, and many families rely on them for nutrition and access to health care.
Throughout the weekend, we've been in touch with education leaders. During those discussions, we've heard many concerns from school administrators about staffing and potential absences. Because of that, we are announcing a statewide closure of all Arizona schools from Monday, March 16th through Friday, March 27th.
This decision is not made lightly, but it's the right thing to do to bring certainty and consistency to all Arizona schools. With schools closing, we're working together to provide assistance during this time and lessen the impact on all Arizona families.
Efforts are underway to ensure that any child has access to meals while schools are closed. We have also worked with USDA to allow schools to begin summer food service operations and provide boxed meals as needed. Your local school will have more information about how and where to access meals.
It's important for families and parents to know that while this will address operational issues, closing schools will not stop the spread of COVID-19. It's the recommendation of public health officials that kids who are not at school remain at home to the greatest extent possible. For families for whom that's not an option, we are coordinating with partners in the nonprofit, faith-based, and education communities, including the Boys and Girls Club and YMCA, to make available child care options to families who need it. For our dedicated school employees, we're working together to make sure you don't see any disruption to your pay. And we'll be working with our district and legislative partners to determine the extent of any potential makeup days. More details to come.
Many teachers and administrators may have questions about statewide testing. We're currently engaging with our federal partners in the event that we need to secure a waiver. The Department of Education will provide additional guidance to schools that will be posted to our website, azed.gov.
We all have a role in confronting the impact of COVID-19. We're going to act together, and we're going to get through this together.
We will continue to remain in close contact with state and public health officials to provide the most up-to-date information and ensure that the state of Arizona is doing everything we can to keep every member of our community safe and healthy.
For the latest information about COVID-19, please visit azhealth.gov. This website is updated daily with new information. Thank you.
Stay home, stay healthy, stay connected. Governor Don Ducey announced his latest public health executive order was Monday, asking Arizona to stay home, stay healthy, and stay connected, effect at 5 p.m. Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. Governor Don Ducey executive order to tell Arizona to eliminate time away from home, except for the time obtaining essential services. Stay home, stay healthy, stay connected, physical distance to mitigate COVID-19 transmission. Watch short video Governor Ducey from AZ Channel 3. He strongly recommends Arizona residents to get outside. The weather is beautiful outside right now. Ducey said, find a way to get out and enjoy social distancing, maintain ongoing connection, and communicate with current social support and structure such as family, friend, neighbor, and other social groups.
And Governor Doug Ducey is signing that stay-at-home order yesterday for all of us here in Arizona as cases of coronavirus is going up.
So the big question, what does this mean for all of us and you at home? Governor Ducey joining us live in studio this morning. We're doing our social distancing thing. So across the way, good morning, Governor. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
It doesn't seem like this really changes anything from what we were all doing in the days past.
Oh, sure it does. There is a directive out now from state government to stay at home. Now, I want people to also stay healthy and stay connected. But our cities, I mean, I'm all over the state, but we've basically been shut down for some time. People are inside their houses. Schools are closed. Churches aren't congregating. All large events have dispersed. Spring training left town. There's no Major League Baseball. There's no large sports or gatherings. Now there's a directive from the governor's office, and it's going to stay in existence until April 30th. We'll reevaluate at that time.
Now, Governor, a lot of questions coming from our viewers about all of the essential businesses that you have listed, and there's a long list of those. For example, golf courses, nail salons. Why are those considered essential when you have a stay-at-home order that you initiated
So the
yesterday?
objective is not to shut down businesses. There are essential services that are needed out there. The idea is to socially distance, okay, and to have this physical distance from each other. If you're sick, you should stay home. If you can stay home, you should stay home. But we also know there's a mental health component to this. People do need to buy their groceries. I'm asking people to please only buy a week's worth of groceries for a week's worth of need. We have a strong supply chain, and every time we've increased and escalated our guidance, there's been concern and anxiety and fear, but you don't need to buy more toilet paper than you normally would need. We're using the National Guard to get those shelves restocked, and we're confident there are job opportunities out in the grocery store. So again, if you're healthy, you're displaced, and you're looking for employment, they can help you.
So this begins at 5 p.m. tonight. Since you announced this yesterday, as you know, there's been some criticism from other politicians, some mayors around the valley. What's your reaction to that criticism and then them saying, well, you can't go to a salon without being close to one another?
I'm very confident that we're making the right decisions. I'm being advised by subject matter experts. I've got Dr. Kara Christ, the person that led the state through H1N1, Ebola, the 2016 measles outbreak. I'm on a video conference call twice a week with Dr. Tony Fauci and Dr. Deborah Birx in Washington, D.C. We're following CDC guidance in Arizona. Our situation in Arizona is different than what you're seeing in New York and on CNN every morning and every night. They were hit first and hit harder. We're in a position today where we can prevent this, we can plan ahead, and we can prioritize what's most important for our citizens. And I'm asking people to please stay at home and only go to essential businesses, but most of the time be at home. But if you are outside, you can physically distance. You have that 6 feet, and if you do that, you're doing the right thing and you're being safe. And I've been going to work every morning, including the weekends. The city of Phoenix has basically been shut down. Today it was even more shut down. Glendale was like a parkway. There's no one out there.
Do you expect to whittle down some of these essential businesses? Because, I mean, just to keep it real, you cannot get a manicure and be socially distanced.
Like I said, the objective here is not to shut down businesses. It's to slow the spread. And the guidance that we have here is really a best practice of what we're seeing in other states that have been hit before us and hit harder.
What is the directive to local law enforcement as far as people that may not obey this? You've said something about a misdemeanor. Do you think it will ever result in a fine?
Well, it's a Class 1 misdemeanor. It can result in the fine. You shouldn't be gathering in groups of larger than 10. That's the directive from Washington, D.C. I would go further than that. You shouldn't be gathering in any groups. That's not what's safe. It's that physical distancing. Now, you see some of these pictures of people, at 5 o'clock gathering around the cul-de-sac, all 10 feet apart from each other, having happy hour. That's a way to have some fun with this and to physically distance, but really break the party up. Let's go inside. There's a lot of good things. I'm hearing there's good things on Netflix. I'm not watching them, but if people will stay home, if they'll have that physical distance, they'll slow the spread, and we can prepare in this state for what's going to be a tough couple months.
What are your experts telling you on how bad it's going to get or could get here in Arizona? This stay at home through the end of April, is that because you believe it will peak out by then?
What I'm being told by subject matter experts is that we're going to see the peak of our illnesses in April, and we'll see the peak of our hospitalizations in May. So we will be prepared in Arizona. We are prepared right now. Of course, we're going to accumulate more for our supply chain. That's the gloves and the gowns and the masks. And I want to start out by saying to anybody who's been affected by this disease, we've all been affected indirectly. But those that have been affected directly, those that have this disease, this virus, my heart goes out to you. It goes out to your families. Our first responders, our doctors and nurses, they're working around the clock. That's why we've been working so hard to make sure that they have the supplies they need so they can be safe, but that they can also care and comfort for the people in Arizona that are going to need it.
Governor, what do you say to the people who are employed by these essential businesses who, are still coming to work and maybe they don't want to be at work? Are they going to be protected if they don't want to be there?
Well, you are an essential business here, and it looks like you told basically everybody to stay home except you two. That's what I'm seeing in almost every essential business. So what I want the people to do is to be responsible, and Arizonans are smart, they have common sense, they're demonstrating that, and most of these businesses are finding work from home policies using things like technology, FaceTime type things where they can video conference, and that's what I'm asking owners to do.
So obviously everybody's taking a financial hit. It doesn't matter who you are, one way or another you are, and so is the state. Right now, how long do you see the state taking to recover from something like this? Does the budget cover for this? We're going to have to go into the rainy day fund?
So my first priority is always going to be on the public health side of things. The good news is we are in a strong financial position as a state. We've seen the economy just fall off a cliff, but we are prepared financially at the state level. I'm going to use every tool in the toolbox. A $2 trillion package from the federal government to stretch and strengthen that social safety net. $1 billion in our rainy day fund, $1 billion surplus is what we had in the budget as we headed out to do that. So I want to make sure that everyday Arizonans and small and medium businesses get every opportunity to survive through this. Nobody's going to be evicted from their apartment. People aren't going to have their place of business locked up or evictions there. People aren't going to lose their homes. We need to get through this, and then I'm confident our economy will rise again.
Governor, I have just a couple more questions for you. There are businesses out there. We hear what you're saying about all of the consultation that you've gotten from the health leaders in our state, but there are some businesses out there that need specific rules on what they should be doing, especially these essential businesses that do one-on-one work that are still considered essential. Will your office give people in businesses specific instructions? Because the beauty industry alone is very curious and very lost on what they should be doing right now.
Yeah, we'll be working with industry associations and leaders in those specific categories for guidance.
Also, how are you doing? Because this is not something you can prepare for as a governor. I don't care which state you're in. How are you doing personally? Well,
thank you for asking. My concern every day is for the citizens of the state of Arizona. The team that has this as its top priority. I mean, this is my top priority, my team's top priority, Dr. Kara Christ's top priority. I've been trying to make certain that all of them are doing well, and they really are rising to the occasion. And listen, I have a great support system. I have a wonderful wife and family. I'm looking forward to downtime, but it's going to be some time until that happens.
Well, obviously, it's important that you would stay healthy. So thank you for coming in. By the way, the order is on your website if people want to read it so they can try to get a clarification. And we're all going to get through this.
Yeah. We're going to get through it. Let's get through it together. Yeah. Let's stay together as we get through it, and we'll come out better and stronger on the other side.
Well said,
Governor Ducey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Soon future COVID-19 can be tested at home, or you can visit the website for check symptom and testing at the website address http://short.at/drtl9. Any final thought? COVID-19 was torched in many states before succumbing in Arizona. Here my personal opinion to end up anxiety. Stay connected by text your friend. If they are negative, then we should stay connected with small group social, because social distance can make you so lonely. When a group social possible, keeping about 6 feet distance between yourself and others is the key. It's also important to practice other preventative measures such as washing hands, avoiding touching your face, cough into your elbow, and staying home if you feel sick. Depending on your job and your community situation, always follow local guidance. I'm first want to say thank you so much, the bottom of my heart, for all the doctors, nurses, or medical and hospital staff, compassion and sacrifice, working hard and keep us safe. Hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you can enjoy more news and music. Contact us by texting 213-293-5272 or comment on description below. Live from Đài TV Việt Nam News, Arizona.
Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. We provide services in Espanol, English, and Vietnamese. Everlasting Timeless Memories, or ETM Studio, is now open by appointments for photography portraits with multi-lights in studio. Il Tun An's passion is to collect as many as possible great at photo and videos moments in life. Everlasting Timeless Memories. We are a full-service photography, portraits, face painting, makeup, and video music production company that specializes in commercials, local live show entertainment, music bands, and more. Now available with up to 8 cameras recording on location. Contact Il Tunan. Text at 213-293-5272 to book your wedding and show band events.